Love should be easy. Why should it not? When all you want is to be loved, is to be loved. But love ain't easy.
Hey everybody, it's Joris Trombley, and this is Japanese from Zero. Today we're going to be talking about Japanese from Zero, Book 4, Lesson 8. I have had so many technical difficulties today. Hopefully it's all working. I'm going to wait a few minutes just to see that everything's working. You guys can let me know in the chat. Today we're going to be doing a what was the word I used here? Workshop. I was going to say we're going to do a workbook. We're going to do a workshop where we're going to work through the PowerPoint together. I'm going to be looking at what you guys are saying in the live chat, so you can follow there. If you're watching it after the fact, you can't participate. But right now, as of April 19th, 2022, 12:41 a.m. Pacific time, you can actually participate. For those of you that are just arriving, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if there's any weird issues. It's been a long time since I've live streamed. That is due to me moving and real estate and all that stuff I've been doing in my life. But we're good now, and we should be able to do this. I think, hey, listen, Just a Walking Apple, that's a great name, says, I'm not at lesson 8 yet. You don't have to be. Just watch now and come back and refresh yourself when we get there. So what we're going to, oh, you can't hear me. Okay. Damn it. You can't hear me. Can't hear me? Okay. Oh, you can hear me. I read that wrong. Oh my God. Runaway incursion. I read that wrong. I'm so sorry. It wouldn't be weird for you not to be able to hear me because I've been having problems all day. All right. So you can hear me. Good. Okay. Sorry. There's also a little bit of a delay. So if it looks like I am not reading what you're saying, I am reading what you're saying. I just saw it a little bit late because of the way that the stream works. Okay. Anyway, let's do this, guys. We're going to be following a PowerPoint that I prepared for Lesson 8 of Japanese from Zero, Book 4. If you have this book, I'm sure you've been through, hopefully, Lesson 8, and you know what we're talking about. But not, you can just watch. All right, here we go. Let me bring down the music here. All right. And we're going to also, later on at the end, please stay until the end, or at least skip to the end, because there's a special announcement regarding FromZero.com, our new website. And also, there'll be an announcement regarding this book right here. All right, here we go, guys. Let's do it. Let me get the PowerPoint up. Now, I'm not going to be able to see your text immediately. I'm going to have to let me figure this out. I'm going to have to move your text over to this screen. All right, now I can see this while we're doing it live. And we're going to open up the PowerPoint, and we're going to, okay, PowerPoint doesn't exist. All right, we're going to get there in a second. All right, here we go. We can open it up now. It's coming. I promise it's coming. It's opening up. Okay. All right, enable editing. No, I don't need to enable editing. Let's just get through this. Okay, here we go. Push this button right here. Oh, we did it. Sorry, it's a whole new setup, so you'll have to forgive me. Give me a second. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, it's all new. I'm in a new room, so. Okay, here we go. All right. Lesson 8 of course 4. We're going to be just talking about some new words. We're going to go through some usage of those new words, and then we're going to look at real everyday usage up on some tweets that I found that I want to look at with you guys. Here we go. All right, remember to get your copy. Here you can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Bay Language Books in the UK, Right Stuff, Kinokuniya, and there's a company called Outland in, I think it's Finland. No. I can't remember the name of the country. Everyone who knows this place, right now it's I've forgotten the name of the country it's in, but they're a big comic shop in that country, and they have copies of the books there. And also Book Depository, if you're in a weird country like the Philippines or some other weird country that doesn't have Amazon, you can probably get it on Book Depository. So go ahead and check there when you're lost. All right, here we go, guys. New words. First one. Now I'm going to play it, and then we're going to have the English come up. So I want you to try to follow along in the workshop and see if you know what the word is.
最初
Now, any word that has this kanji here, sai, means max, the most. It's also motto, right? It means more, the most. So it's the most first time.
最初
It's the first. It's the beginning. That's what that means. All right, here we go.
今度今度
Now, kondo is one of those words a little bit tricky. Little bit tricky, okay? Because even though you're going to see, I'll show you why it's tricky in just a moment, but it is the kanji for ima, which means now, and tabi, this time, right? Do, so this time. But often it means next time too. It's confusing, okay? But we're going to show you how context most of the time is going to get you where you need to go. All right, so it's this time or next time, all right? All right, here we go. Japanese is trying to kill you for sure.
野球場野球場
All right, what is this one?
野球場
This is out of the importance level of words. This is like number 10,025. It's not that important, honestly, of a word. But knowing the jo part might be interesting. All right.
野球場
Yes, all the parts. You got it right. It means baseball field or baseball stadium. It's all of that, okay? All right, moving on. Now, these are going to be some bonus words, okay? These are not in the lesson, but that's what you get when you watch the video. You get some bonus words. And also, I don't know if you know this, but when I make example sentences for the videos, I make sure none of them are in the book. So the book and the video are independent. Nothing's repeated, okay?
運動場
What is this?
運動場
All right. So undo means motion, okay? Or exercise. All right, Jack, you pretty much got it. Gymnasium's good. Well, actually, that would be taikukan, actually. Taikukan. Taikukan would be gymnasium. Sorry. Yeah. Undojo. A kan is generally a building, right? Kan is some sort of building. Like, for example, taishikan. Taishikan means embassy. And as we just said, taikukan, okay, is gymnasium or a gym. And toshokan is library. So anything that ends in a kan is some sort of building, okay? Like a ryokan, right? A Japanese inn is also ending in kan. All right. Bonus on that one. All right. And one final bonus word.
駐車場
This one is in the, I'm going to say, top 500 words you might need to know, maybe, especially if you drive.
駐車場
All right. So this is, great job, all the parts. You're firing on all cylinders today. Parking lot. Okay. So let's do a review.
最初今度野球場運動場駐車場
All right. Now let's go ahead and look at some example sentences. Now I'm going to go ahead and play it. And you will always, by default, I want you to shout out the English when you're at home. Anyone that's at home, shout out the English. Say it out loud. You don't have to actually shout because it's a little bit late at night. But say it. Because you will lie to yourself and say that you got, no, I got, no, that's what I thought it meant. But if you don't get it really close with the English here that comes up, you didn't get it right if you didn't say it right, okay? Just in your head doesn't count.
最初浜田さんは怖い人だと思っていました最初浜田さんは怖い人だと思っていました
All right. So whatever comes after, you've got this first word, right? And even though there is no Japanese particle to make it like at first, right? You don't have to say at first. It means that at first here by default. When you translate Japanese sentences into English, you're not looking for one-to-one direct correlation of every part. Sometimes you have to add English to make it sound natural. And the same thing happens when you're doing Japanese from English. Sometimes you have to add something to the Japanese to make it get the point across for what you were trying to do in English. And also sometimes you have to remove things. In this case, when you say at first, there is no at in the Japanese sentence. Okay, this is one more time.
最初浜田さんは怖い人だと思ってい
All
ま
right,
した
so Seo, I think it's So or Seo Linho says, I thought Mr. Hamada was a scary person at first. Congratulations, you got the word at first in there. So did Jack, very good. So did Patrick. Lavier, you didn't say at first. That's the most important part of this.
最初浜田さんは 怖い人だと思っていました。
All right. Now, here we're translating it a little bit literally. I was thinking that Hamada was a scary person because we could have said 最初は, or 最初は, by the way, would be more of an emphasis. At first, I thought, okay, 最初、Hamada さんは怖い人だと思った. We could have said 思った or 思いました. Okay. 思っていました is just I was thinking. The meaning doesn't change, just like in English. What's the difference between I was thinking that Hamada-san was a scary person at first versus I thought he was a scary person at first? Meaning is the same, just a slightly different way of saying it in this case. All right, next one.
今度は私がご馳走します。今度は私がご馳走します。
Now, this one, what do you think it is? What do you think the kondo is? Is it this time or next time? Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to show it to you. I'm so sorry. I will treat you next time. So, gochiso suru means to treat someone to a meal, okay? Watashi ga, I will treat you. If you say kondo here, it's definitely always going to mean next time. If you want to say this time here, you have to say konkai. Konkai is going to always mean, well, not always, but in this case, it would somehow mean this time.
今度は私がご馳走します。
But here, just culturally, kondo always means next time in this particular case. All right? All right, next one.
野球場は広くて賑やかで楽しいです。
Now, while some of you are thinking about that, I want to go back to that kondo thing just for a second, right? Because Spa Rule said, this time it's my treat. I know it looks like that. Okay, it looks like that. But they would most often say, 今回は私がおごります. I will treat you, or 私がご馳走します, right? It's not something that, it's not like the sentence structure is going to give you the idea of when kondo is this time and when it's next time. It's just kind of like case by case, situationally. I would say most of the time translate kondo as next time. Like literally most of the time. If you want to say this time, say konkai. If you want to say next time, say kondo. Think about this. They have a phrase in Japanese, right? Mata kondo ne. See you next time, right? Mata kondo. They would never say mata konkai. Mata means again. Again this time. You wouldn't say that in some sort of greeting. But you do it with kondo. Mata kondo ne. Okay? All right. Play it one more time and then I'll look at what you guys wrote in our little workshop we're doing here.
野球場は広くて賑やかで楽しいです。
All right, we have got funny animator Jim TV says the baseball field is big, busy, and fun. It's not bad, not bad. Caledon says the baseball field is wide, crowded, and fun. I would say crowded to me sounds like a negative word, but nigiyaka is not negative. It's a positive sounding word. Lavier said wide, lively, and fun to play. Patrick said baseball field is wide, lively, and fun. Jack said hiroi can be large or wide. It seems weird to say wide in this case. It's kind of weird in English to say wide, right? That's why you wouldn't, like in this case, yeah, you might want to say it's big, right? The field is big or huge, right? All right. Baseball stadium, in this case, because Japanese can be plural or singular, here it happens to be singular. I mean, plural. You were thinking it was singular, but it's plural. Baseball stadiums are spacious. Another way to translate hiroi, right? Big, wide, spacious, lively, and fun. Whatever works in English, as long as the meaning is close to what it needs to be, that can happen. Sometimes a Japanese word can have multiple ways to say it in English, and sometimes an English word can have multiple ways in Japanese, but the meaning is always going to kind of be there. All right, next one.
この駐車場は1時間600円です。
All right, what do we got here? Funny animator Jim says maybe it's not the field itself, but that's fun, but the activity. Well, what activity? You mean baseball? Because they would have said baseball, right? There was a yaku wa tanoshii desu, right? That's a fun activity. But here we're talking about, remember, everything before the wa is the topic. Everything or part of it. And everything after the wa is something you're saying about it, like a statement or a question. All right. All right, here we go. Funny animator Jim TV says that
この駐車場は 1時間600円
He
で
says
す。
that means the parking spaces are 600 yen an hour. So close, so close. The parking space is not what we're looking for. Okay, Ken Caladon says the fare for the parking lot is 600 yen for an hour. You guys are close.
この駐車場は1時間600円です。
Okay, I think Jack gets it on this one. This parking lot, okay, not the parking lot. Solino also got it. This parking lot cost 600 yen an hour.
この駐車場は1時間600円で
Okay.
す。
Notice that the word cost isn't in here, but in English, we could have added it. It would make complete sense to say that, right? Because we're saying this parking lot is 600 yen an hour. It's obvious that it means cost, and we can use that. Even though Japanese has a word to cost, it's kakaru. 1時間600円かかります. Okay? That means to cost.
この駐車場は1時間600円です。
All right, you guys are doing great. Hope you're having fun. Let's move on. All right, what's this one?
毎朝運動場でランニングします。毎朝運動場でランニングします。
I mean, this is an absolute lie. Absolutely a lie.
毎朝運動場でランニングします。
I'd probably say it's a lie for everybody. Like everybody watching the stream. Even if we change the location, I pretty safely could say this is a lie. You would never say this.
毎朝運動場でランニングします。
All right. So, mai asa, every morning. Do you guys know how to say this morning? It's kesa. Kesa. So you could say this morning, every morning if you wanted to. Kesa, mai asa. Just throwing that out there. It's a thing you can say if you want to be funny. Kesa, mai asa. All right. So anyway, mai asa means every morning. Undojo de. So undojo de at the playground or the field, right? Running shimasu.
毎朝運動場でランニングします。
Okay. Now, we could have said hashite imasu. I run, like literally running, but running itself is kind of the act of doing running. And the Japanese have adopted it as their way of thinking. It kind of is like, it's like an exercise that they do. All right. Different kanji for Joe. Oh, yep. That is a different kanji for Joe. That is a mistake. That is absolutely a mistake. If we go back and look at our words, that's just a typo that we missed. Hey, it wouldn't be a Japanese from Zero official lesson without one typo at least. That Joe right there is the Joe for place. They're both place. Here's an interesting thing. When I type the furigana, it's different than when I type the kanji because PowerPoint doesn't support furigana. That's my mistake. I messed that up, and my wife didn't catch it when she was recording. So it's undo jo with the ba character, which this one right here. Now, what's interesting, if you take this and this together, basho, without the u, basho means place. Okay? Ba means place, and this kanji, sho, which is also tokoro, also mean place. But together they also mean place. Basho. You could say I basho desu. It's a good place. You could say iba. Theoretically, you could say iba. There's other ways to use ba to mean place, but they do it after something. They say something ba desu, right? And then you can have tokoro all by itself also. All right. All right. See you later, Grayscale. Have fun. It's got to go to work. I don't know where you live, but it's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now, and you're going to work.
毎朝運動場でランニングします。
All right, here we go. In Word, you can automatically insert furigana. That is true, Spa. But for some reason, they don't think you would ever need furigana inside of PowerPoint. So if we look at this, it's literally, I have to make another word box above it, and it's very, very sloppy. Okay, and it leads to more errors, and that's unfortunate. Okay, let's do some more words. Then we'll do some examples, and then we'll do really fun tweets. And then I'm going to do a new thing, comments of the day. Some fun comments that I found. And then we're going to talk about something I want to talk about. Here we go. Ah, sorry.
蒸し暑い。
Should have hid that from you. So, 蒸し暑い.
蒸し暑い。蒸し暑い。
Okay. That is not mushi like bug. This is like steam. It's like steam hot.
蒸し暑い。
Okay. All right. Hot and humid. I remember I was on the train one day in Japan, right? And there was two girls talking, and of course I'm always listening to any Japanese people talking because I like to, it's called nusumi kiki. Nusumi kiki. which means eavesdrop. So I like to eavesdrop because I don't think that they think that I know that I understand. So I'm always listening. And I remember someone said, 今日は蒸し暑いね, and the other girl said, そうだね, nekimumu. I think that's what she said, nekimumu. So I guess it's like sticky and humid, nekimumu. All right, try that, see if it works. All right, here we go.
うまい
What does that mean?
うまい
This is a little bit tricky. A little bit tricky. Umai is tricky. Has multiple meanings.
うまい
And we're gonna go through them in the tweets in this workshop, okay?
うまい
All right. Yes, it can mean delicious. Derek Sassenarine. And the form actually also, yes, it can mean skilled. It can mean yummy. Yes, it not really sweet. Sweet is mai. Not not umai. Okay. All right. So it's all of these. Good, well. All right. Let's see. Skillful, delicious, tasty. Can mean all of those things. Okay. All right. What's this one?
得意得意
Please don't cheat though. Don't look them up. Okay. You gotta say it out loud. Okay. Or type it. I'll give you, if you type it, I think that classifies. Is that classifies? Is that the right word? I feel like my English is slipping. All right, so tokui, strong point.
得意
Means you're good at. It's something you're good at. It's something you're skillful at. You're like, wait a minute. I thought this one meant skillful. This one can also mean skillful? What's the difference? We'll find out in a second. All right, what's this one?
上手上手
What does this one mean, guys? All right. So, jozu
上手
also means good at and skilled. Oh my God. All of these ways to say skilled, that's crazy. And before I tell you the difference, when I lived in Aomori has this really strong dialect called Tohoku dialect. And they would say my name like this. They say zozu, zozu, zozu. It's Joji, but they say zozu, like that, right? And I would just always like say, thank you very much. I do believe I am very skilled at what you just said. All the time. This is my joke. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at it. Okay. Umai, we talk about this in JFZ 92. This is JFZ 116. Go back and watch that. We talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit later when we get to the tweets, okay? This one is the one that you use for yourself. So you can say, I am tokui at something. You normally don't want to say you're umai. I'm umai at something, or I'm jozu at something. But you can say, watashi wa kanji ga tokui desu yo. Tokui is the thing I'm good at, right? I'm good at something, right? I'm good at kanji, right? Or I'm good at teaching, or I'm good at skateboarding, right? Tokui desu yo, okay? And jozu, we talk about in book 4, lesson 3, but this is typically when you're talking about another person, okay? All right, now, let's get to what's next. Conversation, here we go.
ジョンさんはテニスが上手ですね
Now, Mr. A is talking to John. ジョンさんはテニスが上手ですね。
ジョンさんはテニスが上手ですね
Right? Now, he's talking to John, okay? I want you to understand. I know we're in course 4 and you should already know this, but it's always good to hear it again. We're talking to John, but yet he said, John-san wa. That's because Japanese people don't like to say anata. You are good at it. They use your name as you. Just keep that in mind. Don't ever forget that. Don't say anata like that. It could sometimes be a little bit weird, okay, to say anata, right? So say John-san wa, or if you're talking to your friend and his name is Masahiro, say Masahiro-san wa, okay? So John-san wa tenis ga jozu desu ne. Now this is where, when we translate it, we don't say John is skilled at tennis. We don't say that. We don't say John. We translate the John-san to you, okay? You are good at playing tennis. And John-san has been added here, but it's not necessary. It's really, you are good at playing tennis, okay? All right, next one.
ありがとう 本田さんも上手ですよ。
Now, in this particular case, who do you think A is? What's A's name?
ありがとう。本田さんも上手ですよ。ありがとう。本田さんも上手ですよ。
Okay, Steven, you say Anata is used in anime all the time. I'm not saying Anata isn't used. If you say Anata, it could mean like dear. Anata, it's not a bad thing. It's just when you're talking to somebody and you know their name, you're typically not gonna say to somebody, 今日あなたは何が食べたいですか? Right? They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say the name or just straight out no name and no pronoun. They're gonna say 何が食べたいですか? But you will hear あなたは what about you? You'll hear that. But you'll also hear someone say like ジョンさんは is my. All right. Hey, hang on one second. Listen, hang on one second. I'm supposed to be walking with my friend in a few minutes. I'm almost done with the video. Please hang out, Nick. I'll be over there soon. Don't go to bed yet. We always walk late at night, but this is a little bit too late for him. All right, anyway. So what's the name of this guy? It's Honda-san.
ありがとう。本田さんも上手ですよ。
A is Honda, and he's talking to B, John, okay? So, ありがとう。本田さんも上手ですよ。
ありがとう。本田さんも上手ですよ。
Yes, Limpy Down Under says, is Anata wa or omae wa better with friends? Omae can be rude if it's someone you're not friendly with. But with family, there is no rude. Keep that in mind. When you're talking to your family, they speak really rude. Matter of fact, my wife calls her mother omae, but that's more of a Kansai dialect thing. Or anta and omae. They say them both, okay? With people you don't know or people you're not super familiar with or people at work, that can be super rude. But with family, kind of anything goes, all right? All right. Same thing with Kimi too. All right, moving on. All right. So thank you. You are good also. We don't need to say the Honda-san. Honda-san. We don't need to say that. It's not Honda, it's Honda. All right.
いえいえ、私はスポーツが得意じゃないです。
Okay. Now, before we translate this, I want you to notice when Mr. Honda, when Mr. Honda is talking to John, he says, you are Jozu. And then Mr. Honda says back to John, John says back to Honda-san, oh no, you're Jozu. They're both saying you're Jozu to each other. That's totally normal. But here, what happens? Honda-san comes back and says,
いえいえ、私はスポーツが得意じゃないです。
all right, and funny animator Jim says, no, tennis isn't my specialty. No, I'm not good at sports, says 20BEC069. Right. No. Yeah. Not yeah, by the way. Yeah. This is one of those like, oh, no. It's a very nice thing. Yeah. It's when you're getting ready to refute something in a nice way. No, not at all. Not at all. 私はスポーツが得意じゃないです. I'm not good at sports, okay? So here we have good in all three sentences, but we're using two different versions. All right? Now.
でも料理はうまいですね。
Now he says back to him, yeah, but, and by the way, I suppose Honda-san could be a girl too. Because we don't know. We know John's a boy because John's a boy's name typically, right? But Honda is just a last name, so we don't know. Could be they're talking to Honda-san as a girl.
でも料理はうまいですね。
So he's like, okay, but, what? But you cook well. But you're good at cooking. And now we're using umai to mean skillful. So now you see in one conversation, we literally have three ways to say good. Now, I want to point out that umai could also mean delicious. But if someone cooks delicious food, that means they're skilled at cooking. Does that make sense? All right. Having fun? Everyone having fun? Raise your hand. Pretty good. All right, moving on. All right, so let's look at some real life usage. Now, what this is I go on Twitter, I type in the words, and I find a good representative sentence. And then what I do is I paste normally the entire tweet. And then in the past, I've hidden their name, but I'm showing their name now and the source. So if you'd like to go follow this person, you can go to the source and follow them, okay? The only thing I'm not showing you is their picture in case that's copyright protected or something like that. So here we have the first one.
最初から決まった運命なんてありません。
Pretty deep for a tweet. What does this mean, guys? Everyone in the workshop, in the text chat box, tell me what this means.
最初から決まった運命なんてありません。
Stephen Black, I want to go back. I hope you heard what I said. It's ie ie. It doesn't mean house. It means no. Ie ie. It's almost like ye. They say it sounds like ye. It's ie, but they say ye. Almost like ye, okay? All right. One more time.
最初から決まった運命なんてありません。
All right. So funny animator Jim TV says there's no such thing as deciding your fate from the start.
最初から決まった運命なんてありません。
Right. I like that. I think that's a pretty good, decent translation. So let's look at it. This nante thing, that means such as. There's no such thing as unme. What kind of unme? Unme means fate. Okay. What kind of unme? 最初から決まった. Decided from the beginning fate. Nante arimasen. There's no such thing as fate that's decided from the start. Okay. That's how I would translate that. And of course, we could probably make it sound even cooler in English. But right now we're doing direct translations.
最初から決まった運命なんてありません。
Okay? All right. Moving on. Next one. I forgot to highlight this, but here it is. It's kondo.
今度はリンクを間違えてしまいました。何度もすいません。
Now, this one, absolutely, you know if it means this time or next time. I'd like to hear what you guys think this translates to, though.
今度はリンクを間違えてしまいました。
And for those of you that are watching the video, for those of you that are watching this after the live stream and not when it was live, you can just follow the chat. You can open up the chat box and follow it, okay? So what do you guys think?
今度はリンクを間違えてしまいました。何度もすいません。
Correct. It is this time. But this time what? Penguin, I don't know how you say your name. I made a mistake with the link. Sorry many times. Okay. Funny animator Jim TV. I messed up with the link this time. Please forgive me. Yeah, but you'll see nandomo sumimasen is sorry over and over. Many times sorry. Okay.
今度はリンクを間違えてしまいました。
So most likely
何度もすいません。
most likely she's made many mistakes, okay? Also, in her name, it says that she's a new staff. Shinjin staff. So she's probably new to what she's doing. So she messed up the link. I don't know what she does, but you could go look and check out. If you like her tweet, go look at her other tweets. So 今度はリンクを間違えてしまいました. Now, let's look at this. 今度は this time,リンクを the link is the thing that she 間違えてしまいました. Messed up. Now, what does しまいました do? しまう, when you have a てしまう, this is covered in actually book 5, believe it or not. It shows something that you did without control, like it happened accidentally, okay? It shows something that was done regrettably or something that you couldn't control, okay? It shows some sort of regret, all right? Or you ended up doing that thing also, okay? And we talk about it in depth in book 5. Those videos will eventually come. 何度もすみません. All right, moving on. Now I'm only going to have this sentence down here, but I'll read the whole thing. So, ここのラーメンはいっぱいすぎて悩んじゃいますが. Okay, this ramen here, いっぱいすぎて so too many options, right? Too many. There's so many that I'm troubled and I can't decide. Nayamu means to be troubled about something, like, I don't know which way to go, okay? Nayanjaimasu is nayande shimau. It's another te shimau. I end up, in this case it means I end up worrying or thinking about it too much because there's so many ramen choices here, okay? And this is just like a nayande shimau becomes nanjaimasu, like nayanjaimasu is more like a spoken way of te shimau, okay? これって決めていたので、これって決めていたので、早かった。he had decided I'm getting this already. He had came in, decided, so he was early, okay? やっぱり、これ美味しいです。そして、I don't know, that's a weird sentence. Probably should have like a space after this or something. やっぱり, as I thought, this is delicious. And, いつもくださる無料券、ありがたいです. And also, I'm very thankful of the free tickets that they always give me. I don't know what those free tickets are, but okay. And then we have this final sentence.
今度は辛いバージョンにしてみよう。今度は辛いバージョンにしてみよう。
Komaru is trouble. Okay, it means you're troubled. Okay, so funny animator Jim said, what's the difference between Nayamu and Komaru? Komaru is I'm troubled. Nayamu means I can't decide. It's like I can't decide. Okay, nayanderu. But it does sometimes translate to troubled, but it just means I'm having trouble deciding is what it means. Okay, but now this one.
今度は辛いバージョンにしてみよ
う。Okay, 今度は Oh, this says tsurai for some reason. It's supposed to say karai. I don't know how that furigana got there that way.
今度は辛いバージョンにしてみよう。
All right, so what does that mean? Yes, next time. Now it's obvious contextually that it's kondo because it says this time I was able to order quick because I already had pre-decided what I wanted. Oh, it's so delicious, right? And thanks for all the muryoken, which someone said might mean coupon. It's a free ticket. I don't know if that generally means coupon, unless you call it a free coupon. He said, but next time,
今度は辛いバージョンにしてみよう。
let me go ahead and try the spicy one next time, okay? Not the tsurai one, which is the tough and rough, the rough one. All right? All right, here we go. Okay, I guess in this workshop there was a question by Julia 1611. I have a question. Poke Doko will release Saishin Joho of the upcoming games. In this case, Saishin means the last released news or totally new information. Saishin means recent. Saishin Joho means most new. It's that thing we talked about earlier. I wish I could show it on the screen, but I don't have a quick way to type it out. Saishin means most new. Okay, so it means recent. All right, and sorry for my English. Many people are debating. No, it's Saishin means the most, the recent. Okay, all right. You could say Saikin Joho, but that would be weird. Saishin just means the newest news, the most recent news. All right, because if they were going to do new news, I bet they'd say like Atarashi Joho or like Sokutatsu special, like a quick news release. That's my guess. All right. Julian 2Wavy says, I bought your book on Amazon. Thank you. Ginger Guidance says, hi, George. Caught you live now. Well, I haven't been live in a long time, so you're actually batting pretty good. All right, next one.
色塗るの得意じゃないけど、うまくいったんじゃないか?
All right, so I don't know what Gabrias is. Some of you, I left a picture in here assuming someone would have seen this before. It might be some sort of monster from some anime. I don't know. Gabrias? I don't know. Kansei shimashita. I have completed Gabrias. What does this mean?
色塗るの得意じゃないけど、うまくいったんじゃないか?
Okay. This is a sentence that's compounded with this kedo. Blah, blah, blah. But something here. All right. So, Ido Nuru means to paint the colors. Ido Nuru no could have been Ido Nuru no ga. Might have been more natural, but in speaking, they cut those sort of things out. Ido Nuru no ga tokui janai kedo. I'm not good at the coloring, but umaku ittan janai ka. We have a bonus here where we have a version of umai that's written with the characters that were written for Jozu. Okay? It's written like Jozu, but it's umai. And it means skilled here, right? Or to go well. So, but umaku itta. Umaku iku means to go well. When it's umaku and iku together, always means to go well. Okay? Janai ka, but didn't it go well? Okay?
色塗るの得意じゃないけど、うまくいったんじゃないか?
And So Linho, you actually nailed it. You wrote, I'm not good at painting colors, but didn't this go well? Absolutely, that's what that means.
色塗るの得意じゃないけど、うまくいったんじゃないか?
All right, here we go. One more tweet.
窓開けて空気吸って空気うまいと。窓開けて空気吸って空気うまいと。
Now, before I translate this, I had an epiphany. When I was doing this one. I was like, how do you translate this toe thing, right? Because this toe thing normally marks a thought or a quote, right? Or an idea. It's the idea, quote, thought marker, right? Idea, quote, saying marker, right? It's used to quote what you were thinking or what you were saying, right? And I thought, well, how do we do that in English? You know what it is? It's like. And I was like, blah, 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 all of this, right? right? So let's look at it. Let's see what someone said.
窓開けて空気吸って空気うまいと
All right. No, to answer your question, YJT Rec, I don't know how to say your name. This is a book 4 lesson, okay? That's why it's purple. All right. So let's look at it. Mado akete, we have te here, right? When you have te verbs back to back, it's an and, okay? Mado akete, open the window, kuki sutte, right? Suck in the air, breathe in the air, kuki umai. Okay, kuki, air, umai. In this case, it's written with the kanji for oishi, but it's read umai, okay? Umai means it's still umai, means delicious, tastes good, right?
窓開けて空気吸って空気うまいと
Okay, so open the window. Like you can see the picture. I kept the picture. I normally don't want to keep the picture, but this guy's a handsome guy, so I'm going to keep the picture. ありがとうございました。写真を使わせていただいて本当にありがとうございました。日本語を教えるためなので、ちょっと許してください。よろしくお願いします。All right, so 窓開けて空気吸って空気うまいって言って、open the window, smelled in the air, and I was like, this air is so delicious. Okay, that's what I think the toe would be a good translation for is like. All right. All right, moving on. Okay, next one. Another umai.
山形はそばがうまい山形はそばがうまい
Now, if you don't know places in Japan, this might confuse you a little bit, right? Or if you only studied kanji, you'd be like, Yamagata? Is that the shape of the mountain? Mountain shapes? Yama no katachi. Like you might be confused. This is why you gotta learn some culture. You gotta learn some geography. Yamagata is a prefecture, okay? Yamagata wa
山形はそばがうまい
soba ga umai. Okay, this soba should be over both of these characters, okay? Soba is soba. So it's this yakisoba down here, okay? Noodles. It's these type of noodles. What about them? They're good. That's it. They're good. Now, they're not using the oishi one here, but they can use this. This is the difference between this and the oishi version. It's written with flavor delicious. All right, let's go back. Let's go back one. This one is beautiful flavor, okay? This one, a little bit deeper. It's more delicious, I would say, all right? I was discussing this with my wife, and she was like, yeah, it's definitely more delicious, okay? So, umai. My wife's Japanese, by the way. Not to just make it look like my Scandinavian wife was like, no, you're right. Yamagata wa soba ga umai. Yamagata Prefecture, man, their soba is amazing. It's like saying it's amazing here. All right. What's next? Do we have one more? Okay, I think we have one more. All right, here we go.
普通に教え方うまいな例え方最悪だけど
I like this one. There was a bunch. If you want to go to the source, you'll see an entire a screenshot of the conversation that he's making a referral to, and I forgot exactly what it said, but it was a little bit funny when I read it. The guy went into some very weird example to teach something.
普通に教え方うまいな例え方最悪だけど
I'm going to give you guys a minute to type it up. It's a little bit complicated.
普通に教え方うまいな例え方最悪だけど
All right. Got it? Anyone?
Love should be easy. Why should it not? When all
We love Japanese girls, we love them. We love Japanese girls, we love them. We love Japanese girls.
All right, that's the countdown timer. All right, Trolley Pop Hammer says, normally I'm good at teaching, but I'm bad at giving examples. Now, you know what? No, this is normally what I say about Japanese sentences, okay? This is normally what I'd like to teach people about it, okay? If you have a sentence that's making a statement, okay, and the statement doesn't have any pronouns or names in it, it's I. So you did the right thing in saying I'm, right? good at teaching, right? But you don't say umai for yourself, number one, okay? You don't say umai for yourself typically. And that little na thing, it's like a reflective thought. Oh, wow, teaching's pretty good. You wouldn't say that about yourself. You wouldn't go, oh, teaching's pretty good, right? So that's what that na is doing there. But the other thing is, if it's a question and there's no pronoun, assume that the pronoun in English is you. Because in English, we always need an I or a me or a you or a they, okay? So if I ask a question about any person, it's you. I'm talking to somebody. Nansai desu ka? If I just say randomly, nansai desu ka? You would translate it as, how old are you? If I just said randomly, hatachi desu, it means I am 20, okay? By default, a statement is I, and by default, a question is you, unless we're talking about something that's not about a person, like, kyou wa getsuyobi desu ka? Then it's obviously it, right? Is today Tuesday, right? Or Monday. All right, so here it's, and also, normally there's context, right? And in this tweet, there was context of someone teaching something, and this is a guy talking about that person. So the context is there, it's they. Their oshiekata, way of teaching, is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's standard good. 普通に教え方うまいな。
普通に教え方うまいな。
Again, Nick.
例え方最悪だけど。
Nick, it can't be here. It can't be my, just because there's a discussion already happening about a person teaching, and the na and the umai kind of make it someone else, okay? So, 例え方, their way of giving examples, 例えば means for example. 例え方 is the way that they give examples, okay? The way that they show how it's used. 最悪. Now, there's that sai again. Sai means most. Most what? Aku. Warui. It's the worst, okay?
普通に教え方うまいな。
普通に means
例え方
normally.
最悪だけど。
In this case, it doesn't really translate well into English. It just means that 普通に, like without, like, no, it's pretty normal way of teaching, right? It's pretty good. It just means that there's nothing awkward about the way that they teach. It's pretty 普通, okay? It's weird in this particular sense when you translate it to English. If I was translating this to English, I would discard the 普通and I would say, oh, they teach pretty good, but the way they give examples sucks. That's how I would probably translate that.
普通に教え方うまいな。
All right, now before...
例え方最悪だけど。
Sorry, I keep talking over the voice. Before I get to my, I just want to show you something that I think is really cool. Before I do that, I'm going to just... Is that the air conditioner? Do you guys hear that? Ah, my wife is running the bath. And I can hear it pretty good up here, down here. All right, I hope that you guys can hear it. So, I want to show you just what I thought, some fun comments that I found. If you comment on a video and I like your comment, I'm going to show it to you here eventually. Here it is. I miss George's travels videos. Me too. Thank you. I prefer a minor chord. That's a cool name. He's talking about, or she's talking about, the Adventures in Asia channel. The last video was from, I think, last year. If you want to look at fun videos of me in Japan, check out Adventures in Asia. It's a very small channel, like 20,000 subscribers or so. But there's a lot of fun videos of me interacting with Japanese people, and we almost always have the full Japanese on the screen along with the full English translation. It took a lot of work to make the videos. The channel just couldn't continue with Corona happening, so it kind of died down. But maybe eventually we'll do it again. I don't know. No promises. But go check those out. Thank you. I miss them too. Oh my God, rainbows and unicorns are delicious. This comment, in one of my videos I think it's like video number 7 or something like that of this series. I don't know if you guys remember. I said, for those of you that watched to the end, say rainbows and unicorns are delicious. And till this day, literally, people still quote that. What is it, like 6 years later? People are so, and I just think that's hilarious. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I asked them. So what can we say today? We could say, I saw the rhinoceros, but I didn't see the giraffe. I saw the rhinoceros, but I didn't see the giraffe. Maybe throw in a little crazy, huh? All right, see what that does. All right, and then this one confused me a little bit. I don't know what this is, but I think it's a tip on the he just says thanks and he gives me €10, but I don't know if that's like a graphic that you could throw in there or if it's real, because there's like $1 in the heart, and then I think it's a tip, but I don't know how to check. But thank you, Philip Bielprez. That's a cool name. All right, now give me 1 second. Let me set up my screen. I want to show you something. In case you haven't seen it, I've talked about it every now and then on my other channel, the / George Trombley channel. Okay, how do I do this? All right, guys, I want to let you know that on the 25th, today is the 19th. If you're watching, I apologize if you're watching this video. If you're watching this video in the future past 25th, it is what it is. But the price is going to go up on the 25th. So I'm letting you know right now, anyone that joins between now and the 25th, you're going to get the price it is until you quit, okay? It's going to go up a little bit. So just be ready for that. Now, I want to show this to you a little bit, okay? This is the new, essentially, Yes Japan. The difference between From Zero and this site is that Korean's also going to be on here, okay? And German will be on here, and Chinese will be on here, and Spanish will be on here. Every language that we teach will be on here, okay? So let me zoom out. I'm in a mode where you also notice, by the way, the fact that it does this and it stacks differently, that means it works on mobile. Yes Japan doesn't work on mobile. This one does, okay? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. This is what it looks like on your desktop. And I wanted to show you some really cool things, okay? I'm going to go back to course 1, okay? Let me jump to, let's go to like one of the later lessons. Let's go to days of the weeks. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to go to the grammar section, okay? And I want you to just look at, here we go, these sentences. Now, right now, we're in this kanji mode, okay? And you'll notice, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. However, I can see the kanji. It's off because in my settings, I have set furigana visibility to nothing. If I do this, the furigana comes back. I can also make it a little bit less. And then if I hover, it'll light it up. Okay? That is how you can test your Japanese without, in the old version of the website, you had to flip back and forth between the versions. Now, you can be like, Raishu no kinyobi. Okay? And you can still, of course, listen to the sound.
来週の金曜日
Okay? And we have these other voices also.
来週の金曜日、
来週の金曜日、
来週の金曜日
All right? You can also add it to your notebook, okay? And if you want this pop-up version to be different, I could click this. I could click this to do the lesson progressive. As you know, when we teach Japanese and Japanese from zero, we assume you don't know any hiragana, and we teach you 5 to 10 hiragana, 5 to 15 hiragana at the end of each lesson. And then as you're going through the lessons, it slowly replaces that. That's the progressive version. Or if you already know hiragana, you could do this. But if you know kanji, you can do this. And you can also look at the English if you want to, okay? You can set whatever you want the default to be here, okay? Now, actually for the default, I think I'm going to make it Romaji, okay? All right. Now, there's another thing we can do. Let me show you this. It's called study mode. Watch this. When I do study mode, it hides the English, okay? So if I go, let's go to the Q&A here, all right? So we have this Q&A where we have the question,
今日は何曜日ですか
and I can think, well, what is this? 今日は何曜日ですか? And then if I think I know it, I can check. What day is today? Now, you might be wondering, why is it long here and short here? Because people are so smart. They were figuring out certain things by the length. And so I was like, not me, I didn't do this. The staff thought, we need to vary the length. So the lengths are varied in order to make you not know what it is. Okay? So,
今日は土曜日です
okay? 今日は土曜日です. Translate it. What does that mean, guys? This is a workshop. 今日 in study mode, we don't show English, okay? What is that? Today is Saturday, okay? Now, watch this. There's more. Let me scroll down. I'll scroll down in a second. I'm going to switch to English study mode. Watch this. Now, if I go down, okay? All right? Someone give me this. What day was Christmas of 1935? Someone give me the Japanese for that. Because now we're in English study mode. And when you're in that mode, it keeps it throughout every lesson. You don't have to keep resetting it. Until you turn off study mode, everything you look at in the lesson. So you could, for example, turn study mode off, go through all of course 1 or all of that lesson, and they go, you know what? I'm going to see if I know all the Japanese. I'm going to go back. Oh, you know what? I want to see if I know all the English. I'm going to go back. And that's how you can review a lesson. And I highly recommend that. Because in the current yesjapan.com, in our prior website, okay, you couldn't do that. Now you can go through a lesson 3 times and have a different experience each time, okay? All right, here we go. Funny animator Jim says, 1935年のクリスマスの日は何曜日でしたか？
1935年のクリスマスは何曜日でしたか？
That's pretty dang good. Christmas no he would also be fine. But there's the answer, okay? Very good. Oh, but let's make sure we can see the furigana. We'll just bring that back up. There it is. Oops. There it is. All right. All right. It was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. What is that, guys?
1935年のクリスマスは何曜日でしたか？多分木曜日でした。水曜日でした。
Pretty cool, right? So you can do play all, and you can still have everything be hidden, okay? All right. That's pretty cool. But what about this? Let's turn off our study mode, okay? Now watch this. We have a beta thing that we're doing right now. It's called Colorized Footy, okay? Watch this. This shows the onyomi and the kunyomi in different colors. If it's the Japanese reading of a kanji, it's one color. And if it's the Chinese reading of a kanji, it's another color. It is beta, so it might be wrong. And if you want to look at what this is, red equals kunyomi, which is the Japanese reading, and blue is the onyomi. How freaking cool is that? That is such a cool feature, right? All right, let's just move to the next section here. Where is it? Here we go, reading comprehension. So now reading comprehension, okay? Right now we're in normal mode, okay? We've got our furigana colorized. Actually, I want to go to another lesson because I don't like all of those numbers just being there, because normally Japanese don't use those numbers like that. Let's go to here. And let's go to the Q&A. Let's turn our study mode on. Okay, here we go. When are you coming back? What is that? When are you coming back? By the way, in case you didn't know, the way Shitsumon to Kotae Q&A works is we have one question and multiple possible answers. That's so that you get used to how to answer a question, right? In the positive and the negative, okay? All right. Okay. When are you coming back?
いつ帰りますか？
Okay. Because return, kaeru, means come back, go back, come home, and go home. It means all those things, okay? I'll return in May. How would you say that? Okay, Limpy Down Under said, Itsu kimashita ka? That means, when will you come? A lot of people get confused with this. Come back means kaeru. Kaeru, okay? It also means to go back depending on the situation. For example, if I'm at work and I said, ima kara ie ni kaeru, or ima kara ie ni kaerimasu, I'm going to go home now, right? But if I'm talking to my wife on the phone and she says, when are you coming home? She's going to say, itsu kaerimasu ka? When will you come home? You wouldn't say, itsu ie ni kimasu ka? If you said, itsu ie ni kimasu ka, it means, when will you come to the house? Okay? All right. I'll return in May. We got a lot of people saying, we got Nick nailing it. 5月に帰ります。
5月に帰ります。
Very good. Very good. 上手ですね。All right. So that's some of the cool things that we have on the site. If you want to check it out, I don't know what this is. Is that advanced study? Ooh, this is new. Wow. Okay. Let me show you this bad boy. Let's go into progressive. Okay. I'm in progressive right now. Okay. So I changed the mode of the lesson. I don't know if I showed you that. We could change the pop-up, right? The pop-up can be kanji, for example, but the lesson itself can be whatever I want it to be also. Okay. So the lesson right now, we'll keep it in progressive, but let me go to advanced study options. And let's say, you know what? I learned all of these and I learned all of these, but I don't know anything else. And I'm going to enable custom progressive. Now, How do I get out of this? Come on, how do I get out of this? Oh, cool. That's cool. I didn't know it. I'm zoomed in a little bit. Hang on. I gotta zoom out maybe. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, let me get out of this. Okay. Did it work? It didn't work. Hang on. Let me try. This might not be working. It's beta. Let me see. All right. Let's see. I'm in. Okay, so those and oh, this is maybe this is enabled. I'm not sure if that button's backwards. I don't know how to get into it, guys. There's a way to do it, but I don't know how to do it. Maybe it's not working. It's beta. The whole website's beta. That particular thing is coming soon, but I don't see how it's working. Let's see here. Let's see here. Turn a little bit more on. That one didn't color up right. Okay. So I think we're there. Enable custom progressive. Does that mean it's enabled? Yeah, it's enabled now. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know how it works, but it eventually will. Click on enable. Click on enable. Did you see that? Was there enable? Did I miss the enable? Hang on. It's disable enable. So enable. Enable. Okay. Need help further memorizing the forgotten hiragana? Use the selector below to customize the Japanese characters shown to you within the course. Active kana will be shown in gray. I just, you know what? Maybe I got to go to the next thing. Nope, it doesn't work. Maybe it's got to be, oh, I got to be in progressive mode maybe. Wait, I was in progressive mode. Hang on, guys. Oh, there it is. There it is. I wasn't in progressive mode. I'm sorry. Progressive mode. Excuse me. There. Now we see I, dem, mo, and the ri and the ma are there, but the other are not, right? So if I go back to my, good, it works. I'm so excited. All right, so let me just disable all these. Let me get rid of these, right? And I'm going to do a really weird one. Let's say I only know rari, ru, redo, okay? That's all I know. Go back. Okay, look at that. It automatically did it. Look at that. All the do's and the d's. Come on, guys. No one does that. No one that I'm aware of does that. That's an amazing setup. The team did a super amazing job, right? Okay, let's go back. I'm just going one more edit on this. One more edit because I'm having fun. Let's go ahead and do, I know Mami Mumemos and I know my Nani Nunenos. I just randomly learned those completely out of order. And let's do some katakana. Let's say that I know Aiueo and also Mami Mumemo. Let's see what happens. Let's go back. Oops. Okay, are there any? There we go, Spain. Only the E. Let me, I know the un, so let me put the un, let me go put the un on. Let's go put the un on. Switch to katakana, and I know, by the way, I can just click un. I only know un, but I don't know wo and I don't know wa, right? Now the un is going to be there. Look at that.
スペイン語と英語が話せます。
Okay. Now, 7 Quantum Physics says, where was this website when I started? Well, it's here now for those of you that are starting, okay? So if those of you that are still on Yes Japan, you definitely want to try to migrate over to here. This website is pretty full. The games aren't all there yet. We have like one game at this point, but more is coming. Korean will be coming. And there's a game coming up that's going to be a verb conjugation game coming up. All of the video vault is here. There's a bunch of videos up here that aren't available anywhere else. This one in particular is fun. George looks for an Italki teacher. That's a fun one. But I'll be adding more as time goes on. And you, by the way, you can click this right here, like the logo itself, and you get to every video in the series. These are Japanese lessons in 1 minute, right? Here, watch this. Should load. Internet's struggling. Japanese in a minute, but it takes 2 minutes to load, guys. That's how this works. So refresh here. Okay, let's try another one. Let's see here. Let's jump down. Past tense top forms. This is now what this is when it works. This is a 1 minute summary of the lessons. I feel like this is not a problem on my internet. It could be that we need to re-encode these. I don't know. But let's try to get any video to play. Let's just see what we can do. Let's go to old school Ask a Teacher. Okay, there's 21 in here. Let's go to, where's the one with the girl that was in it? Miho-chan. Where is it? Where's Miho-chan? We'll just click this one right here. Come on, baby, play. There we go.
さよなら愛してる
Skip ahead.
だけでいいのさ甘い刺激を求めているのさ君の
Something about those 1 minute videos wasn't working.
愛のさ僕の心に余裕はないのさ
Welcome to the YesJapan.com Ask a Teacher Show with me, George, and Miho. Okay, so, 今日の初めての質問、
はい、
最初の質問どうぞ。
今日の初めての質問はよろしくお願いしますとどうぞよろしくお願いしますの違いです。
あ、どう違うかって、そうですか。So the first question is from user EPK75. I don't know where these people are choosing their usernames, but that makes no sense to me. Evangelion something, I don't know. Okay, so the first question is, what is the difference between yoroshiku
Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I got it. Stop. Hugo, hang up. I got it. I got it. I was muted. Hugo, I wish you'd hang up. Okay. Listen, guys, I apologize. What I was saying before I was so really interrupted by my being, I muted myself. Sorry about that. Okay, I was saying, for those of you guys that are like young babies watching the stream, even if you're 20 years old, this video could be older than you. This is 20 years old, this video, okay? And this girl probably has like 4 children at this point. She's just a young girl here, and I have like 2 children at this point, okay? But when this video was made, there was no YouTube, there was no iPhone, there was no iTunes, there's no TikTok, no Vine. There wasn't even smartphones. But we had videos. And back then, you'd have to download them one by one. You had to pay like $5 to buy the video. You'd buy video credits on the website. Anyone here has done that, let me know. You buy $5, you'd buy the video, and then you download it. And it was real media. The crappiest conversion, but it was the best at the time. There was no MP4. There was no MP3. I don't think there was MP3 yet. Crazy. All right, sorry. I'm so sorry that I was muted that whole time. All right. So anyway, all of those videos are up here. And every now and then I find some videos. And then I'll go ahead and upload them up here. Especially videos that I can't put on YouTube. There's another category where we've been meaning to make. It's going to be After Dark, and it'll be for like 18 plus, because I do have some videos that I talk about some really bad things. They'll be up there though, eventually. This was a really cool one for me. George's A Day in the Life of an Interpreter. It's the only time, it's a super rare video where you never get to see me ever interpreting live, but there's live interpreting here. And it's my daughter Arisa, who's now almost 20 years old, as a baby. Watch a little bit of this.
出会いは気まぐれ見えないと
I believe this is 2004.
言葉は歌方ささやきかけ火をつけてゆく
Again, it's the era of long intros. I didn't have any good examples.
Hello, I'm George Trombley. You all know me from the site and from the shows. I've never really had a chance to talk to you all about interpreting and what entails doing an interpreting job. I've been interpreting now since I was 17 and I'm 32 now, so if you do a quick calculation, it's almost 50. Actually, it is 15 years since I've been interpreting. So why is becoming an interpreter important? Because even if you don't plan on becoming an interpreter, you will have to know the skills of an interpreter to speak Japanese. So I think that those of you who aren't even learning Japanese to become an interpreter, you'll find that this is a helpful video in showing you what it takes to be fluent in Japanese. I'll open up this show with this first segment of some video that I took last June when I was interpreting for Japan Telemarketing. They are a group that works with call centers in Japan, and they came to America. They went to Dallas, Houston, trying to remember where else I went, Arizona. We went to various call centers to visit the American call center and see how they're doing the system. And I was basically one of two interpreters that helped translate presentations and tours throughout the systems. This, by the way, is my daughter. One of my daughters, Arisa. Ne? Minna ni konnichiwa tte ne. Konnichiwa wa? She's a little bit shy, but she'll be helping me throughout the entire show. So watch this first segment of A Day in the Life of an Interpreter.
That's good. There's a funny part coming up after this that you guys definitely want to check out. All right, well that's it. Pretty much it, guys. I'm sure Arisa's going to be happy that I'm letting everyone know about this video again. But that was the first time I ever looked into the camera and did a video. Like I never had looked into the camera and talked. That was like 2006, and it took me another 6 years. It wasn't until 2012 that I said, all right, I'm going to look into the camera. And I started the Yes Japan Daily series, which I probably don't know if, are they in the video vault? Let me see here. Let me just check. Ooh, they're not. I'm going to have to add those. The daily series, I made hundreds of those. And the first thing I did was I was translating a document, and it was called document translation. I just on the screen showed you what I was translating for a band that was getting ready to come to America. But it took me 6 years after that first video where I looked into the camera to actually look into the camera and talk to you guys and have a conversation like we're having now, right? Before I go, this George says, I'm not sorry. The form actually says, George, is it just me or weren't the 90s the best? No, I think now is the best. I absolutely love all the tech that we have now. The 90s, it was only great because I was in Japan. That's about it. All right. If you want to check out Arisa, you could check out Arisa from Zero on TikTok. Check her out. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if we can find Arisa from Zero. Arisa from Zero. Let's see here. Instagram, YouTube. Here's her TikTok right here. Okay, apparently I gotta do that. Apparently, I've never been on live TV. Apparently. Oh my God! Really? Am I not human? Are you kidding me? What am I doing here? What am I doing wrong? Oh my God! Let me zoom in. Did something wrong. I'm pretty sure we're good on this verification, guys. What is happening? Hang on. Wow. Report a problem. Can't complete the verification. Okay. Maybe I gotta. Oh. Wait. Let me hit refresh. Oh my God, there we go. I had to hit refresh. Are you kidding me? No, I don't want to. I already did this. So this is Arisa. This is that little baby. They call me mommy. I don't think I want to. Oh, here. Okay, so Silly Yerba is Mari, my other daughter. She's 23. She's 19. Here's them together. Let's see what. Oh.
don't even have to redo anything though. I just have to recurve.
Oh, they're doing some voiceover thing.
Wow. I slept with my
Funny story. That dress, that green one, I bought that for my wife like 20 years ago. Now Arisa's wearing it.
to recurl my eyelashes. Wow.
I really wanted more of that dress. I thought it was so cute, but my wife barely ever wore it. All right, guys, I went a little bit too long as always, but yes, I am a bot. I'm definitely a bot. Okay, guys, listen, I gotta go because I gotta go walk. Hopefully Nick will still do it. He's probably a little bit tired. I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. See you next time. Comment below if you like this format. We'll do more of them. See ya. Bye.